In my previous video, I have explained the first law of motion, inertia and mass. I'll recall first law of motion states that the object at motion will always remain in motion and an object at rest will remain in rest until and unless an external force is applied. So we also studied inertia is a quantitatively measured by its mass. So now the second law of motion we study. See, if a tennis ball hits a player, it will not hit as much as the cricket ball. So train at rest cannot harm anyone, but once a train starts at a speed as low as 5 meters per second, it may kill a person. That means it is depending on its mass. So the velocity and the mass matters due to the impact produced on the objects. So if an object is accelerated, a greater force is required to give a greater velocity. अगर एक ऑब्जेक्ट मूविंग है तो उसका इम्पैक्ट भी ज़्यादा होगा एज कम्पेयर टू द ऑब्जेक्ट एट रेस्ट. There exists a quantity that combines the mass and velocity which we call it as momentum. So Newton introduced it and named momentum. So it is designated by P. P is equals to mass into velocity, mv. Momentum has both direction and magnitude. Why it has direction? Because velocity has direction. So momentum also has direction. The SI unit is kg meter per second. Kg for mass and velocity meter per second. Situation in which a car with a dead battery is to be pushed along a straight road to give it a speed of 1 meter per second, sufficient enough to start its engine. If one or two persons give a sudden push, it hardly starts. But a continuous push over some time results in a gradual acceleration of the car due to its speed. See, एक कार हमारी खराब हो गई है. अगर एक दो बंदे नॉर्मल हल्का सा पुश देंगे तो that car will not move. But if a continuous force is applied for some period of time, तो the car starts to move. The change in momentum is depending on the time during which the force is exerted. जितना force sufficient amount of time के लिए लगेगा तो हमारा impact उतना अच्छा होगा. So the second law states that the rate of change of momentum of an object is proportional to the applied unbalanced force in the direction of force. That means जो rate of change of momentum है वो अनबैलेंस्ड फोर्स के डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल है. जितना ज़्यादा फोर्स होगा उतना ज़्यादा हमारा रेट ऑफ चेंज ऑफ मोमेंटम होगा. सो मैथमेटिकल फॉर्मुलेशन इज if a body of object of mass m is moving along a straight line with the initial velocity u. एक object m का है, it is moving with the initial velocity u and it is uniformly accelerated to final velocity v in time t. This is time t by the application of a constant force f throughout the time t. So initial and final momentum will be p1 and p2. So p1 is equals to m u and p2 will be mv because mass into velocity, it was initial and this is final. So the change of momentum will be p2 minus p1 which is mv minus mu. So if I take m common, this is v minus u. So the rate of change of momentum will be divided by time. So mv minus u upon t, and we know a is equals to v minus u upon t. So this is directly proportional. So I can write it as ma. And rate of change of momentum is also equals to force. So F is directly proportional to ma. And if I remove this directly proportional sign, I can write it as F is equals to kma. K is a constant over here. So 1 unit force is defined as, I can write it as F is equals to kma. So 1 unit force is defined as the amount that produces an acceleration of 1 meter per second square in an object of 1 kg mass. So 1 kg mass object produces an acceleration of 1 meter per second square, that is equals to 1 unit force. So k into 1 kg into 1 meter per second square, and if k is 1, F is equals to ma. So the SI unit becomes kg, meter per second square or Newton. So examples are, whenever a fielder in a match of cricket catches a ball, the fielder pulls his hand backwards with the moving ball. जब भी कोई कैच करता है तो वो अपने हाथ पीछे बैकवर्ड क्यों मूव करता है, जिससे उसका टाइम इंक्रीज हो जाए ड्यूरिंग द कैच, और जो हाई वेलोसिटी है इट रिड्यूसेस टू 0. सो अगर हमारी वेलोसिटी कम होगी दैट मीन्स द एक्सेलरेशन इज डिक्रीज, और जो इम्पैक्ट ऑफ कैचिंग द बॉल है दैट इज ऑल्सो रिड्यूस्ड. और अगर इफ अ बॉल इज स्टॉप सडनली देन इट्स हाई वेलोसिटी डिक्रीजेस टू 0 इन अ वेरी शॉर्ट टाइम. जब वो हमारे हाथ में आके रुकेगी बॉल तो इसकी वेलोसिटी 0 होगी. तो एकदम से जब हाई सडन चेंज होगा तो रेट ऑफ चेंज ऑफ मोमेंटम भी हाई होगा. A large force would have been applied for holding the catch, which may hurt the palm of the fielder. So इसीलिए the fielder catch holds the hand backwards, जिससे time increase हो जाए and rate of change of momentum कम हो जाए. In a high jump athletic event, the athletes are made to fall either on a cushioned bed or on the sand bed, जिससे उसका time increase हो जाए to stop after making the jump, which reduces the rate of change of momentum. क्योंकि F is equals to m v minus u upon t. So अगर टाइम बढ़ जाएगा that means force will be less because force is inversely proportional to time. I can also write it as this time. Force is inversely proportional to time. If time increases, force decreases, and if time is decreases, force increases. The rate of change of momentum भी decrease हो जाएगा and hence the force will decrease. F is equals to ma, F is equals to m v minus u upon t, and if we cross multiply ft is equals to mv minus mu. अगर हमारा फोर्स 0 हो गया so mv will be mu and v is equals to u. तो ऑब्जेक्ट will continuously to move. तो वही अगर एक्सटर्नल फोर्स नहीं लगा तो ऑब्जेक्ट will continuously to move, that जो फर्स्ट लॉ ऑफ मोशन ने डिजाइन करा था. And if u is 0 then v is also 0. Object will remain at rest until and unless an external force is applied. तो f 0 था तो v, अगर u 0 है तो v भी 0 होगा and v will be equals to u. So we have some examples over here. A constant force acts on a object of mass 5 kg. First write what is given. Mass 5 kg for a duration of 2 seconds. It increases the object's velocity, so u is 5 meter per second and v is 7 meters per second. Find magnitude of the applied force. We know F is equals to m v minus u upon t. So 5, 7 minus 3 upon 2, which is 5 into 4 upon 2 is 10 newtons. Now if the force applied was for 5 seconds, now time we have been given is 5 seconds, what will be the final velocity? So force is 10 newton, mass is 5 kgs, v minus u upon 5. So v will be 17 meter per second. 3 meter per second, here 3 will come. So 10 is equals to v minus 3, so v is equals to 13 meter per second. Now example 9.2, which would require a greater force accelerating a 2 kg mass at 5 meter per second square or 4 kg mass at 2. See, F is equals to ma, so F1 will be equals to 2 into 5, which is 10 newtons, and F2 will be 4 into 2, which is 8 newtons. So F1 is greater than F2, that means this 2 kg mass at 5 meter per second square would have a greater force. Third example, a motor car is moving with a velocity of 108 km per hour. See, u is always in the unit meter per second, so we have to convert it into meter per second. 1000 upon 3600, or we can also multiply it by 5 by 18 because it gets reduced 5 by 18. So it becomes 30 meter per second. And it takes 4 seconds to stop. See, when a motor car will stop, its final velocity will be 0. So F is equals to m v minus u upon t. Mass was 1000 kgs, u v minus u upon t. So 4, 250 into 3 is 7, 7500 minus Newton. See, the force is opposite because it will be applied in the opposite direction as with the direction of the force. So, force exerted by the brakes will be 7500 newtons. Example 4. A force of 5 Newton. So, force of 5 Newton gives a mass m1 and acceleration of 10 meter per second square. So, mass F is equals to ma. So, m becomes F by a, which is F by a. So, 1 by 2 kgs. Second, F is equals to 5 Newton and acceleration of 20 meter per second square. So, F2 becomes 5 by 20, which is 1 by 4 kgs. Now, what acceleration would give if both the masses are tied together? So, that means m1 plus m2 is equals to 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4, which is 3 by 4 kgs. So, the combined mass is 3 by 4 kgs and force is 5 Newton. Therefore, acceleration will be F by m, which is equals to 5 divided by 3 by 4, which is 20 by 3 meter per second square. This will be your combined acceleration. Velocity time graph of a ball is given of mass 20 kg. See, an object is starting from here, so u will be 20 meter per second and it is coming to rest, so v will be 0, and the graph is showing that it stops in time 10 seconds. So F is equals to m v minus u upon t. So m is mass, we have been given 20 kg, 0 minus 20 upon 10. So this comes out to be minus 40 Newton. So the force that the ball is exerting is 40 Newton in the opposite direction of the motion. Thank you.